Okay, so we're live on YouTube. I'm just going to wait for Instagram. All right, we are live.
Awesome.
Okay, bear with me here while I get myself organized. So I've been using a new tarot deck.
Oh.
Yeah, because I've got a lot that I haven't used. Hello, 21 Ohm, which we know who you are.
Stasia.
Hello, Margaret. Hello,
21 ohms is
Arthur.
Stasia.
Yes.
Hello, Stasia.
And she's planting sweet potatoes.
Oh. Very cool.
Yeah. So. Okay, don't mind me, everybody. I literally just walked in the door from my dad's birthday. So I'm just getting settled down. All right.
I can just see how that conversation went. Sorry, Dad, I've got to go. I've got an Instagram live. What the heck is an Instagram live?
Yeah.
You have to explain it to them?
I wouldn't even try to explain it to my dad. I don't think he'd understand. All right. So I think what we'll do, everyone, like we typically do, we always do the disclaimer and introduce ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So the disclaimer tonight, obviously, and every week that we do this, we don't do readings regarding health, financial, and oh geez, Kat, help me out.
Legal.
Thank you. There's always experts in those. We're not the experts. So
we're not the experts. No.
We're only for arts and entertainment purposes only. And who I am, well, I'm Energy Healing with Steve. I'm Steve, and what I do is energy healing, obviously, through different modalities. One is like Reiki, the other one is crystal healing, and just energy transfer throughout your body. And I also do sound therapy with sound bowls and other instruments, as well as tarot. And Kat?
And I'm Kat. My company is Well Earth Holistic. My mission is to support the optimal health and well-being of people and their pets, and also, to a certain extent, the planet. I do that by trying to increase biodiversity, by growing my own food and cultivating life around me. And I'm also a tarot enthusiast, and Steve was kind enough to invite me on to his lives. I've been doing them for a few months now, and I really look forward to Sacred Sundays. I'm really glad to be here.
Amazing. Brittany, thanks for joining. Lily, thanks for joining. So maybe we should talk about the little post that we put.
Yes.
For the reading. So Kat was kind enough to send me a WhatsApp message to say, hey, it's World Tarot Day today.
Uh-huh.
So we have decided that tonight we are going to, apart from everything that we normally do, we're going to pick one of the audience members tonight to give a private reading. 3 cards from myself, 3 cards from Kat. And obviously we're going to set that up at a different time. It's not going to happen tonight.
Right.
And it's going to be via a link, obviously like a Zoom or a StreamYard link of some sort. And the winner, we will not pick tonight. I'm just going to write down everyone's names that has come tonight. And then we're going to do that. There's that computer thing, the wheelie thing that spins around and it picks someone's name.
Yeah.
And we will do that next week.
Yes.
Okay, so we will announce that next week. And speaking of which, let me get a pen and paper.
We have 6 people on. Well, 5, because I'm on 2. I don't count.
All right.
6 now.
All right, so I'm just going to go by your screen name here, everybody. So 21 ohms. We got R. Shubar. And Margaret, 65. And Britt, New Love. And Lily, Scar. And Adam. Hello, Adam. Thanks for joining. And so stay tuned to the end, Adam, as well. We just talked about a little contest that we're doing. So, and I think we'll repeat the contest maybe again halfway through.
Because as people join, we'll have to.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Oh, don't mind the sirens. All right. I'll let you go first. What did you pick this week?
All right. So looks like it's going to be an interesting week, guys. We've got some. So basically, the cards I pulled, again, that Seven of Pentacles showing up. I don't know why this keeps coming up. Comes up every week. The Seven of Pentacles. So you're working hard to get yourselves into a solid financial position. The Pentacles are the suit of finances, property, resources, and you're at the point now where you're just kind of thinking about what do you want to do with this money that you've saved up. And it looks like you might expect to be tempted, expect somebody to come along with a sort of a tempting offer. May not be completely clear what the offer is. It may be a little confusing, but it looks like you might have to fend off a little bit of temptation today. But this Devil in reverse tells you that it's your spiritual duty to resist that temptation. Don't fall to that, cave into the whatever pressure, whatever you feel is being imposed upon you. You've really got to, it's karmically important for you to resist that. Yeah. And it does seem like the Seven of Cups is a card of confusion and temptation. I made some notes about this after I pulled it. So the other thing that's interesting is the Pentacles and the Cups are very yin energy cards. They're receptive yin energy cards. And the Devil in reverse being pulled when yin is the dominant energy tells me that if you are able to resist this and sort of defeat that temptation, you might not feel great afterwards. You might feel a bit defeated yourself, but it's a good thing, even if it doesn't feel like a good thing, if that makes any sense. Steve, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, sorry, I had you on mute because I let the sirens go by. Yeah, so you got the Devil in reverse. You've got the Seven of Cups, and what was the last one?
Seven of Pentacles was pulled first. Seven of Cups second. Devil in reverse third. Okay.
So the way I'm seeing this right now, the way I read them very quickly, you've got the Seven of Pentacles saying that something is coming to fruition, but it's not there yet. And I keep saying this because this card keeps coming up all the time.
All the time.
It's like you planted the seed, it's growing, but the fruit hasn't arrived just yet. Okay. So you have to have patience. Don't give up. That's what that card is really saying. Don't give up, have patience. Then you've got the Seven of Cups, which is really about choices. You're going to have a lot of choices. Okay.
A lot of confusing choices. Yeah.
Right. And the reverse Devil. So to me, when a card is reversed, it means several things, but the hit that I'm getting in this one is it's something internal. So if you put all three cards together, what I'm getting is you know what? You might be getting discouraged at this point because you worked so hard, you've put a lot of effort into something, and it doesn't seem to be happening just yet. And then you kind of you're like, oh my God, but then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this, right? So there's a lot of things going through your mind. And also emotionally trying to figure what you want out of it all.
And some temptation.
Exactly. And then you've got the Devil in reverse saying, you know what? That's an internal block for you. So the reason why this is happening, why you're not moving past those two sevens, is because you're stuck somewhere. And you're stuck, the Devil typically, it talks about addictions, drugs, alcoholism, addictions to sex, or a partner that you can't let go of, right? So maybe those two sevens are referencing one part of your life and the Devil's referencing another part of your life, and they're kind of, conflicting a little bit, right? So you can't move forward. You can't move past that stage. And so what I recommend to everybody is deal with your internal situation first, the devil card, and then the other things are going to fall in line and they'll become clearer for you to make a decision.
Yeah, these are your devil card is the one that's kind of key, right? Whenever a major arcana comes up in a poll, to me that's the pivotal card, and then the minor arcana are sort of they're mutable. They can change. We do know that there's a lot of hard work happening because we keep seeing this card, and we know people are right now. Everybody's working, trying to, corral their resources, and the Pentacles is the suit of money and resources. So it's about getting all those together, and maybe just not being sure, like Steve says, not being sure what you want to do with them, or you're hesitating, but then this temptation comes along. But these aren't karmic things. These are just things that you can maybe expect to see next week, but they're things that are within your control to manage. But the devil to me is, this is the key about, like it's about vices, it's about bad habits, and also about temptation, and how it's your inner. This is the spiritual piece, the spiritual work that you have to do this week.
Yeah,
So,
perfect.
Yeah.
Jill, thanks for joining. I will get to your question in a minute. Brittany also commented, we will do that. Elaine and Maximiliano, just bear with us. We are just going through the weekly reading, and then we have a contest at the end, okay? So just hang in there. All right, so I'm just writing everyone's names down.
Yep.
Okay, so the cards that I pulled for this week, I've got the first one. Let me talk about the deck actually quickly. So it is called the Angel Wisdom Tarot. Okay, so I wasn't sure if I was going to like this deck, but so far it's resonating. The first card that I pulled is the Star. Okay, and the Star is typically, it's a card of balance because the person's got 1 foot in the water, 1 foot in the land. Okay, they're also about letting yourself be vulnerable. They're about new beginnings. And then it's talking about, it's kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel. So you're able to see the outcome or the future. It's coming right for you, right smack for you. Okay. The next card that I pulled, which is strangely and oddly enough, is the card that comes right after the Star. It's the Moon. So now we've got 2 major arcana cards this week so far, indicating that, you know what, it's going to be a powerful week this week. I mean, and even Kat has pulled one. So bear with us, and keep all what we're saying in mind for the general collective, and see what you resonate with this week. Okay, the Moon really is about your intuition, learning to use your intuition, or trust your gut at this time. Trust what your gut is telling you. The other thing about the Moon is it's trying to tell you, let go of your fears, get rid of the fears. And it also talks about illusion. So things are not always what they seem. Okay. Then the next card I have is the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords here, it indicates a lot of pain and sorrow. It's basically, you've got 3 swords and they're going through the heart. And even though the Swords is an intellectual type of card in written spoken word, it really is aiming at the heart. So it's very possible that someone is saying bad things about you, and it's hurting you. Okay. Now, if I put all 3 cards together, what I'm seeing right now is that it's going to be a week where you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's not quite there yet. And you're going to hit a bump in the road. And the bump in the road is the Moon and the 3 of Swords. So as you're coming towards the end of this tunnel, remember that there's still something there. It's not what it seems to be. It's almost like a mirage. Okay. And you're going to come to the realization of what it is, and it can hurt you. Okay. So that's, I think this week is, yes, we're approaching near the end of something that you guys are working on. Not quite there yet, because there's still that bump that you need to get over. And, I'm trying to kind of relate this to a practical example. in the sense of like maybe a job. Okay. So if you have a job and you've got the star card, everything's going good, you're working on a project, you could see the end of the project coming. Okay. Everything's great. And then all of a sudden, your client may back out or they twist the contract. Okay. And that's why it seems like things might not seem like what it appears to be. And then that's going to affect you. Okay. So that's how my 3 cards are working this week. What do you think, Kat?
Yeah, so the fact that the star and the moon are consecutive in the tarot deck, which is the hero's journey, another way you might interpret that is that the star card, again, can also be interpreted as a step on the spiritual journey. So the star represents inspiration, hope. It represents, it's the card of empaths. It can represent sometimes an awakening of your spirituality. But in doing so, and that's why the moon comes next in this path, is that in awakening to your spirituality, you sometimes are confronted with a side of yourself that you're not too happy about. It's your shadow. We all have to face our shadow at some point in our spiritual awakening, in our spiritual development. And it's you can't really proceed because the next card in the deck is the sun. And that's when you've pushed past the darkness, you've pushed past all of the uncertainty and the imbalance. And the moon also represents unseen forces that are causing imbalance in your life. And you have to, rather than resist them, you sometimes have to work with them to achieve that balance again so that you can get to the sun. So it's really interesting that they both turned up in the same read, and because they're key spiritual lessons and lessons in your soul journey. So that could be some of you just being on your soul journey, and and then not liking what you find, and that's where your heart, you're the stab in the heart from having to face your inner demons and not really liking it. But it's a really important step in the journey. That could be another way of interpreting.
Yeah, you took the words. I was going to say facing your fears, as in the moon card, right? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah.
Red Capes 59, thanks for joining. Okay, so let's just quickly announce the contest again. So I wrote everyone's names down from the YouTube channel and the Instagram channel. What we're doing, Kat and myself, we will get that computer generated wheelie thing. We're going to put all your names in there, and it's going to automatically select one of the viewers tonight. Yeah. And then you'll get a 3-card reading from myself and a 3-card reading from Kat on a private Zoom link or whatever you want to call it, which we will obviously contact you, or hopefully you contact us, okay? Because sometimes I know that contacting people through YouTube is not the best, not always easy. And with Instagram, it is a lot easier. So we will do that, and we're going to do that live next week. Okay? So stay tuned next week where we're going to do the live winner. All right. So now we'll get to the questions, because I see there's quite a few that have popped up.
Yep.
So Josie, you were the first one. It says, hi there. I had 2 interviews with recruiters and I'm waiting for an outcome, anything from the cards that I will get a job with either one soon. All right.
Okay, Josie. Remind me of your zodiac sign, Josie. I got to start writing this down. Sag, okay.
Sagittarius.
Wands.
3 cards went flying on the floor.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what we got. Okay, so I'm going to start off here. Josie, the first card is the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles really, I'm going to read to you what it says because I think it says it more eloquently than I do. Negative thoughts manifesting into real challenges. So if you're thinking negative about these job interviews, I need you to change that. And the next card you've got is the Magician, which means you've got the tools to be able to change that train of thought. And the last card you've got the Queen of right here, because this is such a different deck. The Queen of Cups. Okay, the Queen of Cups is basically that is a yes card. She's mastering her emotions. She's like the mom figure. So 2 out of the 3 cards are yes for me, which so that looks really good for you, Josie. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Let's see what Kat comes up with.
Magician in reverse.
Interesting.
So you've got the tools, Josie, but maybe
Yeah.
you're not using them. Maybe you are just you've got them, but for whatever reason, you're not pulling out all of your tricks. You're holding back. I don't know why. Maybe is there a part of you that thinks you don't deserve this job, Josie? Like you've got all the tools, you've got the ability, it's definitely the magician tells me if you're asking about a job and the magician shows up, that tells me, yeah, you've got it in the bag. But
Yeah.
there's something karmically, or there's something that you're
She's saying kind of. And I think, if I'm looking at the 3 cards that I pulled, that kind of really set it kind of it's referring to her mindset.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I feel like Josie, I don't know what you're like in the interviews. If you're, if you almost feel defeated, if you do, we have to change that. You have to change that because I know you've been looking for a job for quite a while and haven't found
It's
anything.
not a
And
time to be humble.
right, it could come across not in such a positive way to someone that's interviewing, right? So
Mhm.
we have to up that energy and change that train of thought that you have.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not situational. This is coming from you.
And the fact that both of us got the Magician
I
uh, is really,
know. That's something.
it is something. It's really saying that you're able to do this.
Totally.
You're
Totally.
able to do this, but there's a block. I think you know what that block is. I think I know what it is. I was kind of hinting towards it.
Some
Um,
inner work, I don't know, has to be done maybe.
yeah, agreed. Okay, so Josie, if that resonates, if that makes sense, please let us know. Yeah. All right, so let's go over to the YouTube side. We got Maximiliano. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. It says, "Will I get a new job next month? I didn't like the current one." Okay.
Okay. Maximiliano, what's your sign, please? Just to help me connect with you better.
Yeah. So Kat pulls cards in a different way. She's looking for your astrological sign, and if you're over or under 30.
Yeah.
I and just the age range, under 30 or over 30.
Yeah. I don't need to know your date of birth.
I've got way too many jumpers that have come up here. I'm going to keep going. 42, so over 30.
Okay. So he's a king, and what's his sign?
Gemini.
So that's an air sign. So he's King of Swords.
I'll let you go first on this one.
Still looking for my king. It's going to be in this pile. King of Swords, where are you? It's going to be the last one in the deck. That's what happened with Josie. She was the last one in the deck.
Sometimes you just accidentally pass it too.
That's so weird.
All right. While you look for it, I will go ahead.
I'm going to
Okay.
have to do this again. Sorry. He was at the very end. There was nothing behind him. That's weird.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's
No, that makes sense.
Does
You know,
it?
yes, because of the card that I pulled. It
What did
makes
you pull?
I pulled the Four of Cups. So Maximiliano, what this is saying is that you're not looking in the right direction. You're missing the opportunity. And like with Cat, there was nothing behind your card. So that's signifying to me that, you know what? Next month, I'm going to say a no. But
Yeah.
that's because you're not looking in the right direction. You're missing the point.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're too distracted with daily life.
Mm-hmm.
And the things going on, whether it be you watch a lot of social media or a lot of like hanging out with friends and that kind of stuff. So I think I would say, if I had to say yes or no, I would say a no. But
I'm just going to try one more time and just see if we can get any additional context for him on this. But that's really, that never happens. So there is something to that we definitely have to think about. Okay. So we've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. The King of Pentacles, it's bad. It's bad, really. I don't know if this represents a person or if this is a side of you, but it's the king is normally very good with his money. He's the master of his finances and resources. In reverse, it's almost like corruption, stinginess, misappropriating funds and such. So I don't know if that's something that's at play here, or if that's sort of a shadow side of you that you need to manage to get through the stage that you're at. With the Four, sorry, you had the Four of Cups, you said?
Yeah.
So that's
either card right now, the way you would read it,
it's not good.
Nicest. Yeah, not the
good.
nicest. So Max, let us know if that makes any sense. If you're like very busy person, distracted with daily life, you're maybe not focusing on the right things and missing the opportunity. Now he or she, I don't know. I says, I don't feel like I do anything corrupt. No, not necessarily you.
Not you.
It could be around you.
Yeah.
Or the other thing with the King of Pentacles in the reverse position, Max, is what comes to my mind right away is maybe a lot of spending. There's a possibility that you're spending a lot of money as opposed to celebrating in the wealth of it, like having it to be able to spend. It's almost like you're spending it and you don't have it. To kind of give that perception that you do have it. Does that make sense? Like, it's like people are always like trying to be a Kardashian, so to speak, and living their lifestyle, but don't have the funds to go with it. Does that resonate, Max?
It could also mean resources and property, like it's things that you own, that they're not being managed properly. And if you're looking for another job, maybe, maybe this is a job that's going to pay more money. And if you expect to get it, maybe you're not shoring up your funds like you should be. Maybe you're being a little bit loose with them. I don't know. There's something about the money side of this that needs attention.
Right. And now that Max wrote, says, I'm looking for a job in what I have experience, which is perfect. It's what you need to do. And then the next comment is, I'm saving to pay all my debts. I think next month I will achieve. I was saving without luxuries for quite some time. So you probably got into this, like what I was saying with Kat's card. You probably got into it. Now you're trying to get out. But by doing that, how can I put this? Your key focus is probably one of those things, is to get yourself out of debt. Trust me, I know all about that.
Mhm. Don't we all?
Yeah, I think we all do. We all have mortgages and whatever we have.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like with the 4 of Cups that we also pulled for you, it's that you're missing the opportunity because you're focused on those things.
Mhm.
So now you're saying that next month you're going to achieve paying off all your debt. So that's great. So I think after that is when it's going to happen.
Mhm.
Because both of these cards for next month, they're not giving us a yes. So I think what you need to do is continue doing what you're doing,
Mhm.
achieve that, and then worry about the new job.
Mhm.
I hope that makes sense.
Could be
Uh,
the timing's not right.
yeah, that's
No.
the feeling that I get.
People sometimes come ask to us asking for a read on something, and it's really not the question they should be asking.
Yeah,
And the cards will sometimes give confusing results because it's like that's not the question that you need to be focused on right now. So maybe that's the card's way of saying it's not the right time.
yeah. So, Max Rebecca, do you see it? I mean, a new job soon. So right now, the way the cards have been pulled, I'm going to say no. Um, you know, depending on the decisions that you make going forward, that can change. So and what I'm trying to say is we all have different lifelines that we're living at the same time.
Yeah.
And right now, the one that you're currently living on, I'm going to say a no.
Mm-hmm.
But in the next week or 2 weeks,
Yeah.
something might change and you have a decision that you're going to make that, you may be, the cards that we pulled today is saying you got to go right, but maybe you're picking left. And so the readings are going to change. So come back, I would say ask us the same question. I would probably say in a couple of weeks,
Mm-hmm.
if there's been a few changes going on in your life,
Mm-hmm.
because that could change your life pattern, your life trajectory.
Yeah,
Okay.
these weren't major arcana cards that we pulled. These were minor
Right.
arcana. So they're movable, they're changeable. If getting that new job is important to you, maybe you need a full spread with Steve that you can dive into and be like, how can I, because that's the next thing. When the cards don't give us the message we want, the next question is, how can I improve my chances at getting this job? That requires more than a single card or even a 3-card spread. It requires a little bit more of a deep dive. Steve could help you with that. But again, it may see how things go, and it may not be the timing. The timing might not be.
Yeah, just hang in there. I just want to welcome a couple of more, Daniel and Sandy. Thanks for joining. Stay tuned because we're gonna go through the contest again at the end. Okay, so next one. Brittany, have I met my romantic soulmate? And her sign is Cancer, and I think you know her age.
She's my Page of Cups. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Brittany, hang in there.
Looking, there's a romantic question, looking to know if her soulmate. She's met her soulmate. Let's see what the cards say, Brittany.
Okay. If you found it, go ahead.
So I've got the 6 of Swords in reverse. So it's sort of things are a little bit. This is a, if it's a yes or no question, which is what you asked. This is not a yes. This is a no. At the very best, a maybe. But if you have to ask, chances are you probably haven't, hun. And let's see what Steve's card may nullify mine. So let's see what Steve's card says.
I've got, in this deck, it's called the Dreamer, but it's the Fool. Okay, so Brittany, the Fool is really all about new beginnings, new journey, taking that leap of faith.
Yeah.
And trust yourself. Okay, so I think that
it's a step on the soul journey. this relationship.
Yes. Yes.
And you need to
So
take from it what you can. You need to learn from it.
yeah. And in a situation like this, it is so hard to give a yes or a no answer because things can change. But from my card, the Fool's Journey, what that's saying is maybe give it a shot, take that leap of faith,
Hmm.
see what happens. And sorry, Kat, yours was the Six of Swords.
In reverse.
In reverse. Okay. Okay.
So that the normal meaning of that card would mean, if it was upright, it would mean moving out of tumultuous times. And like, if it was upright, it would be good. It would be, okay, it looks like you're moving into, this is a relationship that could have some meaning for you. You've got better waters ahead. But in reverse, it tells me that it might be a bit more of a soul lesson for you. It might not be turning out the way that you want, but it's still, I mean, you always learn things from relationships, good or bad, and you learn things about yourself. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for all the questionable relationships that I had. So
Yeah. Yeah.
take it for what it is, which is a learning experience, but go for it. The Fool is saying go for it. So just, sometimes you can have fun with Mr. or Mrs. Wrong.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so the next two that are coming up are Daniel and Lily. So Daniel, Framo, Lily Scar. Just let us know what your astrological sign is and whether or not you're over or under 30. Now, Daniel says, can I have a card? But we'll just see if he's still online. I don't think I see him online anymore. So we'll go straight to Lily. Lily's question is, hi guys, can I have advice for the week, please? Absolutely. So Lily, astrological sign and age 30 or above or below.
I believe Lily is a queen. I just don't know which suit.
I was just going to have a very funny comment to say we're all queens, but hey.
Well, yes, Natch.
Yes, Lily's above.
Mm.
And do you need her astrological or do you know it?
I do. Yeah, I don't remember it, Lily. I'm sorry. I know I've read for you before, but I'm not good at retaining some information like this.
Yeah, just your astrological sign, Lily.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Anastasia coming right up.
Mm-hmm.
And Chifray, thanks for joining. Lenore, Elizabeth, thanks for joining. We do have a contest at the end. Just hang in there. I'm just going to write their names while we're waiting for Lily to let us know what your astrological sign is. Lily.
I'm shuffled. I'm just waiting to pull.
Am I not seeing? Okay, I don't see anything. Oh, Libra. There we go.
Libra. So she's Queen of Swords, right? Lily, Queen of Swords. I'll remember that next time. Same as me. Oh, so she's looking just for general advice?
Yeah, for the week. Yeah.
Okay. So Nine of Cups, really great card. You're going to have some wins. You're going to, maybe you've been saving up for something. Maybe you've been wishing for something and it's finally coming true. This is the granting of wishes card, the Nine of Cups. So it looks like something's going to come true. But if you look really carefully, I don't know if you can really see with the glare, the Nine of Cups, and in this deck as well as in the Rider deck, I don't know about Steve's deck, but usually the person depicted in this card is looking a little bit smug. And it's a gentle reminder to, yes, something's going to work out in your favor. It's going to make you really happy, but it may not. It's like this too shall pass, right? It may not be the be all and the end all. So try not to hook all of your hopes and dreams on it. Enjoy it, absolutely. It's going to be great, but try to take it in stride and don't lose your head. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So I've pulled the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords, Lily, It really, obviously, we know it's about intellect and it's about written and spoken word, but it is talking about making a decision. And the Two of Swords, it's hard for you to make a decision because they're typically blindfolded. Okay. Now, what this card is trying to say is make a decision that involves following your heart. Okay, so follow your heart. Maybe make this week about you instead of other people around you. And that nine, what was it? Nine of
Cups.
Cups that Cat pulled. Then that is it's going to come your way. So maybe this is a me week, which is, very rare that we pull a me week in tarot. So I would say do things for yourself this week, whether that be, going out with a friend that you enjoy, going out with a partner, taking that bath. Just do this week, do you.
Yeah.
And you're going to get that 9 that pops up at the end of the week. Okay. So hopefully that will resonate for you.
Yeah.
All right. Anastasia. Okay. Should I go for it in my love life?
Love life. All right. Another love life question. I love it.
I'm Aries.
Yep. She's the Queen of Wands.
Girl, you don't look a day over 29. And Lily is saying totally makes sense. Both readings. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much. Very welcome.
Nice.
All right.
All right. So this is a maybe card. I don't know. Maybe it's a 5 of Swords and it's in reverse. 5s in reverse can sometimes be better than upright because fives are usually plateaus. They're usually kind of forks in the road type thing. This is the 5 of Swords means you're feeling as though you've got to you're feeling as though you're hard done by. If it's upright, that's what it's you're feeling like you have to do things differently to get ahead. But when it's in reverse, it's not the same. It's more like there's going to be some self-reckoning with this one. There's going to be a need for you to it's not a resonating yes for me. We'll see what Steve says. But again, there's going to be this is the second romantic read we've got with upside down swords. So, yeah. It's saying that there's possibly a need for you to just do that inner work and sort of do a little bit of soul searching with regard to this relationship, because it may be that it's benefiting the other person more than it's benefiting you.
That's interesting, Kat. You say that because I read that card totally opposite.
Yeah. In the reverse position?
Yeah. So Anastasia, so when the 5 of Swords is upright, it's talking about conflict. Okay. And yes, you come out on top. But in the reverse position, I want to say it's the total opposite. It's a no conflict situation. And then I've pulled the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, the 10 of Pentacles is, for me, it's a yes card.
That's a yes card for sure.
Yeah, financial stability, everything's really good for you and your family. So if I'm looking at Kat's card and I'm seeing, no conflict, and then I get this big yes here, and your question is, should you go for it? My answer is yes. Okay, so hopefully that resonates with you, and your question of going for it. So let us know. Okay,
there'll be a learning for you anyway, for sure, with this card here.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth the effort.
Yeah.
Definitely
Rose,
worth the effort.
Sorry, Rose, thanks for joining. Okay, so I don't see any other questions. So let's go over the contest. So Anastasia is saying everything about it is no exception. Don't feel like it. Okay. Hello, Rose. Rose is saying hello. Question. Flip over on my corporate work. You're welcome, Anastasia. So For Rose, she would like a reading on her corporate work.
Okay. Just where it's headed or general advice?
I'm just going to say, let's see what pops up, and we'll relate it to a corporate
Corporate work. Okay.
yeah. So career, financial, that kind of thing.
Rose,
She's
what's
saying
general? Okay. What's your sign, Rose?
your astrological sign.
Steve, you should know this.
Oh,
You
geez.
guys are close, right? You should know.
I know.
There
She's
she
a
is.
Scorpio. She's a Scorpio.
Scorpio. It's another Queen of Cups.
All right. Okay, so I'll wait for you to get your card, and then I'll go through mine.
I do signifiers, Rose, in case you're wondering. Yeah.
So Rose, the way Kat pulls her card is she asked the querent if they are with their astrological sign and if they're 30 and under or 30 and over. We all know Rose is 28 going on. So
all right.
saying,
you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go ahead, ladies first.
8 of Cups. So under 30. Aren't we all? So I don't know. Are you thinking about kind of moving on from it, Rose? Are you thinking about taking a step away? This card seems to indicate that you are. You've put a lot of work in it, obviously. You've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. I wouldn't say it's suggesting, but it does seem to be indicating that you're thinking about it.
So she's saying eventually yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's interesting because I have a card that's almost opposite of yours in a way. So yours is saying walking away. Well, not really. Mine is saying celebration. I've got the 4 of Wands. So maybe Rose, what this is saying is that when you walk away from this, it's time for celebration. Or
a new start.
Or there's been an achievement recently in your corporate world that involves a celebration coming in the near future, and maybe it's possible to for it's time to walk away. Now, the feeling that I'm getting between the two cards, I feel like maybe the corporate thing. Okay, I'm gonna spit this out there, and you let me know if this resonates with you. The corporate thing is not your passion. Okay, it is good. It pays the bills. And maybe what this is saying is, you know what? Give the gratitude, give the celebration, celebrate now for having a corporate job that has been able to give you the things that you need before you end up walking away, right? Right. So saying correct, not my passion. Celebration means I'm moving to another closer location, new beginning, and yes, celebration, I can do a lot more. Yeah. So, and she's saying, yes, I feel blessed. Yes, Steve. So I think that, that's what my card is really saying. Because not a lot of us have, those careers or the corporate jobs that, give us what we need financially. I think a lot of us struggle.
Yeah, it's funding our dreams, right?
It's funding our dreams, and I think I know Rose, and I feel like she's on the right path.
Yeah,
like she's I know Rose. I mean, she's a spectacular person. So everybody on the live, please check her out. Heaven on Earth Healing Center. That's the handle. Please check. Okay. Okay, so we'll go back to the little contest that Kat and I have. Okay, so we all know that it was Tarot Day yesterday. So it was World Tarot Day yesterday. So in light of that, Kat and I were going to do a contest tonight. So we've been, we've said at the beginning, in the middle, now it's the end.
Yeah.
So I've written down everyone's names that have joined. Yes, Shubar, we will get there. We'll get to you. Andy, I see you there as well. So I'm going to write your name down. Sorry, I'm just going to write the name down before Andy disappears off the screen.
R.S. Hubbard, are you female?
September 23, so I think that's Libra over 50. So there you go.
And female, I'm assuming, right? Rula, female. Okay, great. So that's a Queen of Swords. Yep. So we want to know just a general read. Okay.
Yeah. So
or Rula.
Rula, just before we pick your card, I just want to go through the contest again.
Mm-hmm.
One that has joined tonight on YouTube and on Instagram, your names will be going into the electronic system. One of you will get your names pulled, and then you'll have a private reading with Kat and myself, where we will each be pulling 3 cards. Okay, and that is in honor of World Tarot Day. All right, Rula. JR, thanks for joining. Oh, Rose, you're so welcome.
Okay. Queen of Swords. Let's see where you fall.
Did you find it?
Oh, it's going to be in this pile. Split it into 2 just because it's easier.
Yeah, we're almost ready, Rula.
Just looking for you in here. There you are. Oh. So whatever your work is, whatever it is that you're doing for a living, you're at a point in your career where people are noticing your work. They're taking notice of you and they're impressed. So whatever you're doing, keep it up. It's being noticed. It's putting you on the radar.
Yeah, and I think, that's the 3 of Pentacles, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Rula, like, it even speaks to financial, and not just career and not just work. So what it's to me, when I see the 3, it's signifying teamwork. So somewhere along the lines, I don't know if you work, if you don't work, what your career is, but if you do work, it's signifying teamwork. So that possibly beside you or in a project, you need the expertise of other people to help push you forward. I ended up getting, again, the 10 of Pentacles. So
wow.
to me, Rula, that's saying, you know what? Use the teamwork to your advantage. So if there's people around you, you can pull their expertise from to make your projects even better and more spectacular for your boss or for yourself. Mm-hmm. Do that, okay? Because that's going to be the financial prosperity for you and your family. And I just see good things when it comes with the 10 of Pentacles. It is financial stability for you and your family. And that is something that is very hard to get nowadays.
Could mean also you get the attention of an investor, like of somebody who, when you talk about teamwork, other people to help you succeed, not necessarily helping you do the work, but helping to fund you because they're seeing what you can do and they're impressed. The 10 of Pentacles often means if somebody's asking for a read on financial situations and the 10 of Pentacles comes up, it usually means you've got some family money. You've got an inheritance coming. Like it's very good omen financially. So you've got 2 Pentacle cards, which means financial is the theme for you right now. And things are looking good.
Yeah. Let us know if that makes sense, Rula.
Mm-hmm. Hope it does.
Okay. So let me just scroll just in case I missed. Oh, there is one. Santino, are you still online? Let us know, Santino, if you're still online.
I think we have time for one more.
Oh, Rosa's saying you guys are freezing. Oh, that's weird.
On Insta or on YouTube?
No, it would be on Insta.
Hmm.
Can someone else let us know if we're freezing or not? Rula saying, hopefully I will get something. I will let you know for sure. Thank you.
Yes, please do, Rula.
Rula, can you let us know if our video is freezing?
Instagram. Because I'm logged in here too, and I'm not. Seems fine on my
Yeah,
end.
it seems fine on my end as well. Okay, I do have. Thanks a lot, guys. I love your reading. You're very welcome, Rula. I do have one from Andy.
So Andy, is it Santino that we're not hearing back from?
Yeah, so Santino's
Okay.
not.
So let's
Oh,
do Andy, and that'll
she's
be our last one.
She's saying yes, it is. Oh, that's
Adam says it's okay.
Oh, Adam's saying it's okay and fine from my end. Okay.
Looks like it's kind of doing different things for different people. Okay, Andy wants to know, could I please ask if the friend I walked away from because I found out he was hiding from me a lot of things is going to look for me to talk again, or is this the end of the relationship? Okay. Andy is female.
Yes.
And over 30, I'm assuming. And what's the sign, Andy, please? What's your zodiac sign?
I don't know if she's over 30 or under 30. Andy, can you let us know if you are under or over 30 and astrological sign? Okay, Rula saying our voices are freezing. You know what? Let me just close the door quickly.
Strange. Female Libra 30. Okay, she's right at 30. So I'll put her as a queen. Another Queen of Swords. Okay, Andy, let's see where you turn up here.
Oh, that's a very hard question, Andy.
Well, let's see what the theme of the cards are. Ooh. Chariot in reverse. So the Chariot is a card about your ability to achieve your goals, to set your goals and achieve them. And it looks as though there's something karmically here about, I don't know if this person is connected to a project. Maybe the two of you had something that you were working on together. You had a common goal at some point. Whatever it is, it looks like whatever that goal is now is going to be stuck because that person is not in your life anymore. That's how I'm interpreting this. Steve, what would you say?
Yeah, it's interesting because the question is interesting.
And a major arcana is the answer, right?
Yeah. Yes. So she's saying at some point, yes. So I'm looking at her question, and it's the card that I pulled relates to quite a bit of what she's saying about. I found it. He was hiding from me a lot of things. Is going to look for me to talk again, or so he was hiding things from her, basically. The card that I pulled was the King of Swords. Okay, so Andy, the King of Swords really is about, someone who's intelligent, impartial. Okay, so someone who is able to clearly communicate. And obviously this person is not able to clearly communicate because he was hiding things from you. Okay. Now, will the person come back and talk to you again? That is very hard to say. I think if this person comes back and talks to you, I think you're going to have trust issues, because if you found out that if he was hiding things, to me, you're looking for someone who can communicate and be open and honest, and this person wasn't. So you really need to rethink that, even if you want this person to come back and talk to you, and if they do, You need this card is basically saying you need to be open and honest. Both of you need to be open and honest for anything to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah,
think
communication has to be clear.
yeah, and right now, to me, the Chariot in reverse, and is normally the Chariot is saying, you know what, you have control, you have the control on the path the way you're going.
Mm,
But in reverse, and
you
Andy, what
don't.
me, you don't.
Yeah.
Right now, he's got the control because he's the one who's walked away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say to that is, don't give him that energy. Don't let him take control of your emotions and your life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
But it's something you need to deal with. It's part of your soul path. It's part of
it
your
is,
journey.
it is, and
Yeah.
it's yeah. It doesn't seem like what happened to you was very very nice at all. So you might be feeling not in control. You need someone or something that's open and honest,
Mm-hmm.
clearly someone who clearly communicates with you. Okay.
Or
So
maybe the card is also saying that you need to be that King of Swords. It needs to be you. You need to be the one to take control because he obviously is making things really confusing and difficult for you. And you're going to have to write that Chariot.
she needs clarity.
Yeah.
That's what this card is saying. She needs open and honest communication, and she's not getting it. Right? The Chariot is saying she's not getting it. She's not in control. It's unfortunate, and she's saying that's true.
Yeah.
So whether or not he's going to come back, you know what? I'm just going to pull a second card just to see if there's any clarity on that, because your question there's kind of two parts, two folds.
I think the Chariot. I think the Chariot showing up is a nod that he's not going to be out of your life anytime soon. This is him being in your life is a karmic lesson there.
Yeah.
That's how I interpret that.
Yeah, and the next card that I pulled was the Page of Cups. So, the Page of Cups, usually like you see when pigs fly type of thing. There's like always a little surprise going on. It's a new romantic situation, feelings, and so on. So, this is a yes card. So if I had to read it by this card, yeah, maybe he is going to come back and talk to you.
Because pages can also be messengers, right? It could be
right. They're messengers. So it's very possible, you're going to get that message about the relationship that you're in. It might not be the message you want to hear, though. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Channel your inner King of Swords. You're going to need him.
Yeah. So I hope things work out for you the way you want them to, Andy. So, fingers crossed.
Well, we get all our names, Steve?
We did. I wrote everybody down.
Make sure you tune in next week. We're going to do the draw. Good luck to everybody.
And I think that's a wrap for tonight.
It's a wrap. We went over an hour, so that's great. We had lots of great reads tonight. Thanks so much, everybody. We really love doing this, and we hope that somehow the information from the cards helps you this week. It's going to definitely be an interesting week for the collective. Let's look forward to hearing from you next week on how it went for you.
But have a good night, everyone. You're welcome, Andy, and good night, Rose. Bye, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Bye for now.